Hello, good evening, welcome to the crib. Welcome to SD Productions Gaming, people. Hope you are all swell this evening. Right, let's just kick out these imposters before we start rabbiting on, because we've got a lot to bring you tonight, ladies. It's just got so much action. Maybe not that much action, but we've got so much to bring you. It's all exciting. Woohoo! Right, timetable. Here we go. Let's start there. That's a great idea. When it wants to load. The MacBook's been a bit slow tonight, so you just have to bear with us. Anytime. There we go. Wagwan. Right. So, here we go. We are starting slightly earlier tonight. We've got a bit of a change into the usual schedule because it's free practice Sunday. Only joking. It's free practice Monday this week, ladies and gents. But we've got Super Sport free practice 1 coming up very shortly. Then it will be the turn of the Superbikes FP1. Then we've got the Ducatis Super Sport Superbike. And then we've got the Ducati V2 Cup, which I've penciled in at the wrong time. They will be out about 9:10-ish. So yes, there we go. We're going to see the first action of the V2 Cup before they run out in Season 2. We'll just alter the weather and lighting before we waffle on anymore. That's probably a great idea, Seamus. Okie dokie. Right. So, there we are. Right. So before we crack on, I'd just like to say a big thank you to our title sponsor for the Superbike class. That is Exact Moves, of course. You're all aware by now. So if you want any business removals, movals, installations, etc., then go and hit up Exact Moves, www.exactmoves.co.uk for some, well, yes, there you go. I'd just head over there, basically. Just stop rabbiting, Seamus. Right, let's go with some news. So if you've not been keeping up with the website, ladies and gents, you might want to have a look at these. We've been rather busy since our last event. We're now doing articles, so we're going to bring you all the latest news in inverted commas newspaper format. So this is how they're going to look every week. We've got 2 pages based on B-set. We've also got a page on road racing and endurance as well. And then we are going to also develop a page where I'll just give my thoughts and put them on a bit of paper. Why not? Well, it won't be paper as such. It'll just be the laptop. Okay, let's think about that before we say it. Yes, they are on the website, so you want to go and check those out, Mason Roth. They are on the website, www.sd.productionsgaming.com. It's not .co.uk at all. It is .com. So yes, go check those out. We are having some issues with the website at the moment, so if we do have any more issues, we'll put them on the Instagram and you can see them on there. Right, as you can see by one of the articles, we have got some exciting stuff for Super Sport. This weekend we've got that P2, the silver medal, to decide, and I've been an idiot and not done my notes today. So there we go, we're just going to wing it. Why not? Let's absolutely wing that, because just what we do. There we are. Thank you for that, Scott. Very kind of you, my friend. So yes, we've got the battle between Scott and Neil. We will get into that with this session, and it looks this could go badly wrong, but as always, we'll just persevere. We'll get through. Okay, ladies and gents, I think that is the right scene, and we'll get going then with the first free practice session of the final round of the SDPG Academy calendar. We've got 9 people here. Fantastic. Right, here we go. It's time for FP1 then for the Ami Electrics British Supersport class. Let's go. Right then, we're here, and as we can see in the bottom corner of your screens, ladies and gents, just a bit of a comparison between Scott and Neil. The points difference is 7 points coming into this final round. 2 races, all to play for, 50 points up for grabs. And there we go, Scotland versus Northern Ireland. In terms of wins, Neil has had 2. Scott has got 0 at this moment. 8 podiums apiece for the pair of them, and not a lot to play for. Well, sorry, all to play for. My apologies. So there we go, ladies and gents, the fight for the silver medal, even though there's no medals being handed out, unfortunately, because the budget doesn't stretch that far. But if it did, there would be medals and trophies given out. So there we go. Thank you very much. Yes, you see, look at that. Well, I did try and make some funky graphic, and that was the best I could come up with, which is not the best, but there we go. We've done it anyway. Right, let's get rid of that, and let's crack on then with this session. We've got quite a few things to bring you up to speed with then in this one. Oh, hello. What is this from George here? Oh, has he had a bit of a mess around with the livery? I tell you what, let's have a look. Hang on a minute. Got thank you on the back of the leathers. Oh, George, what a guy. What a bloke, George. Yes, George, always highly rated around here is George. Fantastic. So there you go, a bit of a thank you to the Ami Electrics team there for the number 17 of George. Fantastic season he has had. When he's managed to get into the race, it's been fantastic. Absolutely running at the sharp end, but he will be moving on to Super Bikes in Season 2. So this is going to be his final weekend in Super Sport, just like some of these riders as well. We'll go through all the movers when we get going with this session. But early stages in this one then, and it's good to have the MV Augusta out with us then. So George out onto the Grand Prix circuit he goes and heads down towards Hawthorne Corner. That just sounds the dog's danglies, doesn't it, really? Sounds lovely, that. I was going to say something else, but really thought about that before speaking. Up the mags. Right, into Westfield then for George. Like we say, this is the final round of Season 1 of the Academy. It will be rebranded as BSEC from... Oh, dearie mate, already we've got some technical gremlins. Just keep an eye on that. Right, this does not look good, does it? Really? We're barely 2 minutes in. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I have no idea. Right. I'm ready. I'm poised and ready, just in case we need to throw something out. Maybe a stinger. Over the line then for George, 125.519. Connor goes top on a 125.165. Very close times already in this one. Connor riding with the number 1 plate because, of course, he is Champione in this class. Yes, he wrapped that one up at Alton Park. So with about 5 races to spare, I do apologise. Connor had this one wrapped up on the APR Honda. So we'll go through the order and we'll tell you who's going where in Season 2. So Connor is Superbike bound with the APR team on BMWs. We all look at this. Alfie now showing off the GW Motorsport livery. That's a cracking livery, George. Fantastic. Yeah, we like that. We like that a lot. So Alfie then down towards Graham Hill Bend. He will be staying in Super Sport, getting in some early track time on the GW Motorsport Triumph. He will be with that team for Season 2. George is moving up to Superbike. So is this young man. Jordan will be stepping up to Superbike as well. So will Liam. And so will Scott. And this is a little bit of a tribute to Mr. Nasser. Even though he's not dead or anything, I can just rest assured he is not dead. He's still very much with us, Mr. Nasser. But these guys are parting ways. Scott and Mason Rolfe are parting ways because Scott will be jumping up to Superbikes and running his own team. Pro Scott Aprilia Racing for Scotty Too Hotty then in Season 2. Oh, how he'd love to step up to Superbike with P2 in Super Sport. He lies 6th at the moment. And then we've got Neil and Neil and Isaac will be staying in Super Sport for Season 2. So there we go. Liam has gone to the top then, ladies and gents, at 125.153. Good to have Liam back with us this weekend. Been very busy outside of SDPG, has Liam. So we've not seen him for quite a few rounds, but it's good to have the number 44 back with us this weekend. Dylan, I'm going to just not look at that comment, mate. I'm just going to try and blank that one out, son. Blank that one out. Neil then has gone top at the moment on a 124.964. Gone about 10th faster than Liam, but very early stages in this one. Now, I haven't actually given everyone a full warning. There is some moisture in the air for later on in the day here at Brands Hatch. There is a moisture alert. Mildly moist weather is on the way. There we are. So keep an eye out for that, ladies and gents. We will be getting some wet sessions this weekend because the weather forecast is looking a bit bleak. Can't lie. We've had some rain where I am in the country today. So there we are. So at the moment we've got Neil, Liam and Connor, your top 3 at the moment. Jordan there just tucked in behind. Oh, the number 1 is down goes Connor on the APR Racing Honda. Right on board with George. I tell you what, I'm going to shut up for a minute. Let's have a listen to the MV. There we are. That just sounds awesome. Yeah, we're down for that. Right, since I'm a bit of a dipstick and took the leaderboard off, there's been a hell of a few changes. Hell of a few. We'll go with that. We will go with that. Neil to the top 124.316. Alfie, who's been a revelation since he joined us at Alton Park, has had 2 wins. Oh, dearie me, that's gone early. So 2 wins for Alfie on the GW Motorsport Triumph. Could be a title favourite for next season. So we'll see how that goes for Alfie. Keeps well out the way of fellow riders. Good presence of mind that from Alfie there. As onto the Grand Prix circuit he now goes on the Triumph. Well, that tucks in behind Connor. So at the moment then, we're going to look at everybody, but the main focus for Supersport is going to be on Scotty Too Hotty and Neil this weekend. Yamaha versus Honda, different characteristics of each bike. Going to be interesting to see who can get the best out of their package. Don't say that again. This weekend. So we'll see what happens as the weekend goes on. Right, down through Dingledale, in towards the Sheen Curve then for Scott, then on the HPR Honda, in towards Stirling's he goes. I'm going to try and get every corner right this week. I'm just going to absolutely smash it. Bosh. Right, so the current top 6 is Neil, Liam, Alfie, Jordan, Connor and Scott, with George and Isaac rounding up very close times actually, as Connor now shoots himself up towards P2 and not too far behind Neil. 124.950 for Scotty Too Hotty goes up into P5. It's okay doing fast lap times over the 1 lap, it's just whether you can do it over race pace, over race distance. Now there is a bit of a change for super bikes as well this weekend. We are going to go through everything super bike related in that session. Good job we got 20 minutes, because by the time I've finished I'll actually go down the leaderboard. Please think before you speak tonight, Seamus. Seriously, sort yourself out. Right, okay, let's go for a rundown of these times then. Unbelievable. I do apologise, ladies and gents, we're not professional but cheap and available. Right, so Neil on top on the KRP Racing Yamaha is currently at top of the times, ahead of the APR Racing Honda of Connor. Oh, Isaac's going for a move. He backed out of that one. Probably sensible there. Down through Dingledale. Oh, I tell you what, he's made it stick. This is quite... Oh, look at this. Is exciting, isn't it? Through Sheen Curve then into towards... Sorry, we will go back down the leaderboard in just a second. We're just going to keep an eye on this battle, because why not? Oh, hey! Bit of contact there, down towards... what's it called? Clark Curve. There you go. I know what I'm talking about. Through the Clark Curve then on the power for Connor and Isaac. And over the line, and there we go. That is Connor over the line onto another lap. Liam in P3 on the APR Racing Honda as well. Second and third for those guys. Charlie will be thrilled as over the line goes Liam. No improvement for him. Then we've got Alfie on the GW Motorsport Triumph in P4 at the moment. And we've got Scotty Too Hotty on the HPR Racing Honda in P5. Jordan on the Powerslide Racing Suzuki in P6. George on the Ami Electrics MV Augusta in P7. And Isaac. Nope. What happened there? Ah, George went up to 4th. That's what happened there. And Isaac is currently in P8 on the ISM Racing Honda. Bosh, I've just absolutely nailed that. It's like I know what I'm talking about, people. It's like I know what I'm talking about. I don't really, I just wing it. It's called good acting. Right. Oh, there's Neil there. Flies past our camera at Graham Hill. Oh, who was that off in the background? Was that Scotty Too Hotty? It was indeed. There we go. So let's have a look then. The top 7 are covered by 0.8 of a second. Holy moly. That is fantastic news. That's what we like. Right, let's have a look at this group. Why not? In towards the Clark Curve then goes Alfie. Oh, runs a smidgen wide. That's okay. Use the curb at the gravel. Fair play. Well, we're paying to use it all. Connor's gone top. 124.157. No improvement for Alfie on that lap, by the looks of it. Down through Paddock Hill Bend and up towards Druids then for the GW Motorsport Triumph. Was that Connor in the gravel? It was indeed Connor in the gravel. Looks like it needs a bit of a push. Right, let's get George now down towards the Graham Hill Bend section. 2/10 up at the moment. What's he done? A 124.860 for George at the moment. That's in towards 30s and goes a number 17. Nicely done. Onto the Grand Prix second. This is where the MV Augusta is going to lose out a little bit. Not the fastest thing in a straight line, but certainly a sweet handling machine. Oh, he has lost a bit of time there, going on to the Grand Prix circuit. Through Hawthorne then, goes number 17. Oh, George. Nicely done, hard on the brakes and in towards Westfield. Lovely stuff. That was lovely from John. Look at that group though, that is fantastic. So Scott looks like he's leading the train ahead of Jordan, Alfie and George. Let's run on more then with the Suzuki of Jordan. Had a very good season, has Jordan, and he's in a battle with his teammate Guy for P5 in the standings. I think there's only about 3 or 4 points in it. We'll flip the Supersport Championship standings up at the end of the session, if I remember. That's a bloody big if, I can tell you now. Into Paddock Hill Ben, and look at that. So we've got Alfie on the floor, but we've got, is that 4 or 5 riders? Yeah, 4 riders covered by 2/10. Nice. That is what we like. That's what we like. Neil now down towards Graham Hill Bend then, doing what he needs to do, and that is beating title rival Scotty Too Hotty at the moment. Through 30s then for Neil, number 88, KRP Racing Yamaha onto the Grand Prix circuit. Oh, it just gets wrong side of the curve there, and down towards Hawthorne's he goes. Nope, that's not Hawthorne's, is it? It is indeed. See? Trust your instincts, Shens. Trust your instincts. That's all I'm going to say. Right, in towards Westfield then for Neil. Looking pretty good at the moment. Early signs from Neil, looks very strong. So we'll see whether he can keep that up going into race day on Wednesday. So we've got qualifying tomorrow, which is a little bit unusual. We usually go racing on a Tuesday. It's qualifying and racing tomorrow, and then we'll have the remaining races on Wednesday night, everybody. So another 2 nights of action, then we can all go on our summer holidays. Well, I say that, we're not. Because we're just so busy. Just really busy people. Right, over the line then for Neil. Has he improved? He has not improved on that lap. Let's get Alfie now up towards the line on the Triumph. No improvement for him on that lap. Right, so we've got about 2 minutes remaining on this one. And Connor into the 123. The 123.922 for Connor. And he slips off the APR Racing Honda and goes to say hello to the crowd. Right, Neil now down towards the Clark curve then for the number 88 machine. How's Scotty Too Hotty doing? Still in P6 at the moment. He's not too far, about half a second, 6/10 of a second off. As over the line goes Neil, no improvement for him on that lap either. Whereabouts is Scotland circuit? Going through Druids now, down the hill, in towards Graham Hill Bend. 10th off at the moment. So maybe some setup changes for the Honda going into free practice 2. Might just help him out a little bit. Oh, through 30s then carries a little bit too much entry speed. That forced him a little bit wide. And that might just be lap over. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Ash. Good evening, Tony, my mate. How are we both? Ash, I have seen your message, mate. Well, I saw it briefly. Get well soon, Ash. Hopefully we'll have you back out tomorrow, sunshine. Right, through the final corner then. We've got a minute remaining of free practice 1 then for the Acme Electric Bridge Super Sport class. And we've got Alfie on the screen now. And over the line for the Triumph. And it's 124.815. Goes up into P4 on the standings. Good luck that from the GW Motorsport Triumph rider. And let's have a look at Neil. How's he doing? In towards Sterling's he goes on the power. Nicely done, not using too much curve there. Oh, look at that. Well, we're paying to use it all. Why not? Why not? Here we go then, down towards the line for Neil. Looked quick towards the end of the lap. No improvement on that one. Oh, that's Neil there. Doors tip off at Paddock Hill Bend. So with 10 seconds remaining of the Super Sport session. Connor's already on the back wheel. And checkered flag is now out for the Supersport runners, and Scott has taken the flag in P6 for Scotty Too Hotty on the HPR Racing Honda. Neil now coming up towards the line. That's his session done. Good start to the weekend for Neil. And over the line goes P2. Good start from Neil on that one. Certainly getting ahead of championship rival Scotty Too Hotty on that one in P6. So that will help Neil out going into tomorrow. Right, I'm going to rattle this off quickly. Connor, Neil and Liam, your top three ahead of Alfie. Sorry, Alfie third, Liam fourth, George in fifth, and Scott, Jordan and Isaac rounding out the order. And let's have a quick look then, ladies and gents, whilst I'm remembering, because I have remembered something. Up the mags. Up the mags. The Supersport Championship standings are on your screen now. So there is only... well, Liam can poach P3 from Neil. It's going to take a lot for Liam to overcome that deficit. But anything can happen. This is SDPG and this is esports. So, you know, here we go. Right, ready? Be horrified, people. Be horrified. Ah! There we go. Right, okay. Whilst I'm remembering, let's wrap up some news. Hang on. Where have I put it? Where have I put it? There. Ready? I'm very proud of this. Not the poster, just the fact that CS Auto's Ducati have taken the team's title. Bosh! Up the mags. So there we go. CS Auto's Ducati have taken the team standings. They are championes of the SDPG British Superbikes in association with Exact Moves team standings. There we are. Up the mags. Get in. I've just been buzzing about the facts ever since I found out the news when I've figured out the totals. There we go. Malta have actually put in a fantastic effort in P2, not too far behind. Arcade BMW looks like they're on for a good third place. I do agree, Aaron. I do agree, Sunshine. You've done a fantastic job on the Kawasaki. We are going to have a bit of a chat about Aaron when we get into this session, because I feel like his performances are certainly some to be shouting about. And there we go. Those are the team standards. Right, Superbike riders, get yourselves in. The lobby is now up, and I'm going to up the CS Autos. Correct, Dill. Correct. Righty ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas. And Dill's first in. Of course he is. Gamer Jamie putting RD Racing inside that top 5. What a bloke. Jamie's really nice, actually. We rate Jamie highly here. We really do. We really, really do. Right. Let's have a look. Just one. There we go. Right. Okay. We will go to the next screen. I've got so much to bring you in this session. We've got so much to talk about, ladies and gents. I've been so nerdy since we last said hello to each other, since we last conversated. Yes, I've worked out so many facts, stats. I've worked out percentages. This is how far I've gone to ensure people have some up-to-date stats and good stats to read. So we'll go through those as we get into the session. Oh, nearly went with that, Aaron. Ooh, that isn't good. Look at that, 8 people. Lovely stuff. Lovely. I've got no Brett tonight, I don't believe, because he's gone to watch Walsall. I'll get that. If I get that wrong, Brett will never forgive me. But unfortunately, they lost in the playoff final, so unlucky, Brett. If I had some tissues, mate, I would give you some, because, you know, we always cry at football. Touche, Tony. Touche, mate. You know me too well, son. You know me too well. I should hope so, after however many years it's been. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Richard. Hope you are well tonight, buddy. Right, let's crack on. Let's crack on. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's good to hear, Ash. That is good to hear. Right, I'll be ready then. And it's time for the SDPG British Superbikes in association with Exact Moves free practice one. Right, here we go then, ladies and gents. It is time for Super Bites. As you can see, big thank you to Ted for this wonderful poster in the promotions that we've had this week. But yes, the 3 riders you can see on your screen, ladies and gents, on that poster are all in the title fight. 49 points separates the top 3 in the championship, and we'll go into a bit more detail as we go throughout the session. But it's very, very interesting. Cannot wait to get the Superbike action underway. All 3 classes are going to be absolutely brilliant this weekend, but certainly this one is one to watch. The championship is very much up for grabs. This young man on your screens, ladies and gents, is one of those riders that can do the business this weekend. So we've had a bit of a chat to Dylan today, and this is what he had to say regarding this round. When it ever wants to pop up on the screen, that'll be fantastic. There we go. So at this stage, I was not expecting to be leading the championship. Leaving the CS Autos team at the end of the season was a tough decision, but moving on to new ventures is always exciting. So there we are. That's what Dylan had to say before the weekend, and immediately does a 121.873 for Yorkshire's top rep. We will get into the different riders' stats from the season as we go through the session. But we also got to give a shout out to this young man as well, the number 24 machine of Charlie, SDPG Racing Honda. Well, is in line for Pathway Honours. Just got to beat Adam in tomorrow's first race of the weekend, and he will be crowned champion of Pathway, which will be celebrated just like the Superbike class, the overall Superbike class win. So good luck to everyone involved this weekend. Here we go, Super Ted. Right, now, before we get going with Ted's stats, etc., got a new sponsor this weekend. You might not be able to see it, but it is on top of his helmet, ladies and gents. Yes, Ted Bull. There we are. Well, Red Bull have decided that... Oh, dearie me. We're on standby. There's a bit of lag there. But there we are. Ted Bull. Red Bull... Well, Ted's taken over because he's so loaded. It's just bought them out. But... That's me getting shouted at later. Right, this is what Ted had to say then before the weekend. When it ever pops up on screen, there we go. I'll just let you guys read that because that's a bit blurry on my screen and I can barely see that. Oh, actually, go on, I can try and read that. It's going to take nothing short of a miracle to take the championship title, but I am there and ready to fight. Thank you to everyone for the support this season and to our fantastic sponsors. There we are. Ted, as ever, professional whenever we speak to him, unless it's outside of SDPG, then he's a bit of a prat. Right, over the line then for the number 34, and he does it 122.048 for the Malton R5L Yamaha. Good start for Super Ted. Let's have a look down the field then. Charlie in P3. We've got Front Row Joe in P4. We've got Aaron. Now, here we go. This is the man I want to speak about a little bit. So, Aaron, let's go through some of Aaron's stats, ladies and gents. So, he hasn't had a win or a podium yet this season, but he's the only rider to finish every single race in Superbikes this season on the Exact Moves Kawasaki. Not an easy bit of equipment to handle is the Kawasaki. It's very fast, but it doesn't stop very well, and he's a bit of a boat in the corners. But Aaron's results haven't really shown his potential. Been up there inside that top 5 very often. Oh, excuse me, holy moly. Which is various things have really cost him a chance to go on and fight for podium positions. But certainly going to be one to watch out for next year, as he also joins Pro Scott Aprilia Racing. So it'd be good to see Aaron on the Aprilia in Season 2. And I'm sure he's very good with the setup. Really has worked a treat on the Exact Moves Kawasaki, so he'll be able to steer that Aprilia in the right direction, I would have thought. But here we go then, up to the line for Aaron. And over the line he goes 123.860. Charlie does a 122.981. Great lap that from Charlie. Mason Roth on the number 36 machine. Mr. Nasser himself, HPR Honda, goes up towards Druids then. And in P6 at the moment. Only the one podium for Mason this season, and that works out at a percentage, ladies and gents. So we combine this, well, this was based off races finished to podium, so it's 3.8% for Mason Roth. I don't know why you need to know these facts, but I'm going to give you them anyway, because why not? Why not? Right, Adam, on your screen as well, in this battle with Charlie for top pathway honours, number 4 Machine Arcade BMW. Last weekend out for the team. Is staying on a BMW for Season 2, but going up to the Eden Floor BMW Motorrad factory outfit. And over the line of 123.954 for Adam. So yes, Adam has also had 1 podium this season. And that works out at a percentage for Adam at 3.57%. There we go. There we are. I hope you're impressed with these facts, ladies and gents. It took a hell of a long time to work out, I can tell you now. Right, let's have a look. Here you go. Gamer Jamie on the RD Racing Yamaha then. Well, Jamie's still yet to have a win, ladies and gents, but I can tell you now, his stats are pretty impressive. Out of 15 races finished, had 9 podiums. That's 60% of races finished. Jamie has been on the podium in. There we are. So that's very good stuff from Jamie, and he currently lies, hang on a second, he lies 7th in the championship. He does lie 7th in the championship, and there's a 122.010 to go P2 on on the practice leaderboard at the moment. So good stuff that from Jamie. Oh, that's not so good stuff as he tips off at Druids. So first and second in the session. Oh, well, I tell you what, should we just go down the order as to who's moving on? Well, Yorkshire's top rat and Gamer Jamie are teaming up at Team Valley Racing BMW. That will be a hell of a strong outfit going into Season 2. Super Ted staying where he is on the Malted R5L Yamaha. New helmet design, like we say, for Ted this weekend. Charlie will be moving into the CS Autos Factory Ducati squad alongside Brett for Season 2. Front row Joe will be on a Ducati, Ami Electrics Ducati for Joe as Charlie tips off there through the Sheen curve. Mason Roth staying put at HPR. We've got Adam, like we said earlier, moving on to Eden for BMW Motorrad, and Aaron will be going to Proscott Aprilia Racing. So those are the shakers and movers in Season 2. Right, well, since he's on screen, let's give you his stats. Yorkshire's top right there didn't have the best of starts to the season. Well, I thought he'd be in a bit of trouble after we left Andalusia. I thought we were expecting some pretty quick stuff from Dylan early on. 1 lap pace has never been an issue. The Yorkshire's top right, very fast is Dylan, as he's proven now, 2 tenths up through Sector 1. But it's just that racing, just had a bit of bad luck in the early rounds, but has really brought it back. Twice he's had to overcome a 50-plus point deficit over Brett, and he now leads by 18 points in the standings. So Dylan's had 13 wins. We'll say Brett's had a good run of podiums. Dylan's only 1 behind him, 23 podiums for Yorkshire's top rank. That works out at 76.6%. Oh, if races finished, he's had a podium, and that looked a bit gnarly. That even made him grit his teeth a bit there. Oh, I hope you had your gum shield in there, son. That looked a bit painful. So there we go, Yorkshire's top right then. Showing he's good at acrobatics as well, and he's a full-time gymnast. I wondered what he did for a living. There we are. Right, so Jamie now in P2 at the moment. Who was that just tipped off? Was that Mason Roth? I don't think he... Oh, there. Mason just appeared out of nowhere. Right then, Super Ted through. Graham Hill bending towards 30. Let's give you Ted's stats for the season. So, there's only been 4 riders that have taken wins in Super Bikes this season. They are Brett, Dylan, Ted and Mason G. Ted's had 7 wins and 17 podiums for Super Ted. That is pretty good. That works out 54.8% of races finished. Ted was on the podium. It has been up to this point. Only the 2 DNFs lies 49 points behind in the standing. Now, Ted's had a bit of bad luck in a few races this season, well, quite a few races this season. He's getting caught up in incidents, etc, etc, but he's done very well to be lying P3 in the standings. So good stuff that from Super Ted. Whereabouts is Dylan now? Coming up towards the line. We'll get him over the line, and we'll have a look a bit further down the order. No improvement there for Dylan. Let's give you Charlie's stats. I tell you what, let's just go down the whole field. Might be a good idea. So Charlie's only had the 1 podium this season, ladies and gents. That was here at Brands Hatch GP. Last time I think it was round 7 of the championship in the wet conditions, slightly damp, moist conditions. Charlie did end up taking P2. He does like a wet track, does Charlie, and he'll be pleased to note that the track will be a bit moist later on for FP2 for Super Bikes. So yes, only had the 1 podium, 3.4% of races finished. Charlie has been on the podium in. 4 DNFs for Charlie, lies 5th in the championship, 257 points to Charlie's name overall in Super Bikes. And look at that, Jamie's gone even faster, 121.701 for Jamie. Front row Joe, oh dearie me, oh dear, that looked a bit laggy. I don't like to say the word, but it did. Joe, currently just outside that top 10 in 11th on 115 points. 2 podiums for Joe. It's had a very good season. That's front row Joe and the malted R5L Yamaha. 11.7% of races finished, Joe has been on the podium. As down towards the Clark curve then for Joe. Looks like it's got a little bit of traffic up ahead, look like Adam and Aaron. As through the Clark curve and clearway section now for the number 69 front row Joe. Over the line he goes. 122.7. That's been a good lap that from Joe. Charlie's flying here, motoring on a 122.479 for the SDPG Racing Honda. And down towards Hawthorne he goes now. Look at that, 3/10. Look at that. Well, you can't say Charlie's not committed, can you? Look at Go on, Charlie, use it all, son. Use all the road and more. We're going to keep an eye on Charlie's lap, because this is pretty impressive at the moment. Through Dingle Dell in towards a Sheen curve. Nicely done. I think he does like Brands Hatch. Look at this, half a second. No, wow, this is going to go into, let's put Charlie into P3. Jamie's gone even quicker, 121.528 for Gamer Jamie on the RD Racing Yamaha. Through the Clark curve, runs a bit wide there, does Charlie. On the power, through clear ways, if you can get a 121, that would be incredible. Over the line for the number 24 machine, he does go into P3 with a 121.961. Bumped Super Ted down to 4th. There we are. So, Swell's got a bit of a break as well. A bit of a break. Also, everything's just quiet down on circuit. We just need to bring you a little bit of information. Super Bikes this weekend. We'll just have the one 15-minute qualifier, so we won't have the usual Q1 and Q2. It'll be just one 15-minute session. So these guys can go out there and just ride around, really get used to the circuit. It doesn't really matter too much. Oh, if your times as Ted's now showing his gymnastic skills. Looked a bit painful. Hope he had the gum shield in. Oh, he's away, he's fine. Oh, now he's back in the pits. Right, there we go. So yes, that is it. Oh, also with Superbikes this weekend, we're introducing, we're testing something, trialling, should we say, something for Season 2. So in B set, the Superbike riders are going to have 2 feature races. There's going to be race 1 and race 3 of the weekend. And then race 2 of the weekend will be a sprint race, ladies and gents. Yes, it will be a sprint race, so there'll be quite a few laps knocked off the race distances. I think the Superbike's got 2 10 laps this weekend for the feature races and a 6-lap sprint race. That'll be the first race out on Wednesday. So there we are. That is going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. And then next season with the sprint race, they're going to have half points compared to the usual point system that we're going to be running. But for this weekend, it will be normal points. It'll be 25 for a win, 20 for second, 16 for third, etc., etc. for all 3 races. We will go through all the new regulations for each class when we go pre-season testing, which is not far away now, ladies and gents. I think we're only about 4 or 5 weeks away from no, we're not even that. No, I think we're about, I can't remember. I think about 2 or 3 weeks away from pre-season testing. Then for B-Set, we'll be at Portimao and Alton Park for the pre-season tests. Just the 2 tests, 4 days of pre-season action to bring you for B-Sec. So we're really looking forward to seeing everyone out on their new bikes in new colours. It's going to be fantastic. Right, all riders now under the 123 bracket. That is impressive. Seriously, chaps, that's very good going. I'm very impressed. Charlie's on a new PB. Go on, son. That's what we like. As Adam now goes through Druids. Had a very good season as Adam. He came into the Superbike class here at Brands Hatch Indy and did a great job early on, but he's really come a form of late. I think out of the past 12 races, he's only been out of the top 5, top 6 once. As Adam, oh dearie me. Mason Roth, let's have a look then at Mr. NASA. Mason is very much looking forward to what we've got coming up next week, ladies and gents. We will have a reminder of what we've got coming up next week very shortly. Ted now up to P3, 121.621. Apologies, Super Ted, for missing that one. So good luck that from the Super one. Not too far off the pace. Yes, ladies and gents, we've got road racing back on the channel. We start our road racing campaign next week. That'll be Monday, Wednesday and Thursday. We will go through all the details after this session. But down towards the Clark curve then for Mason Roth. Got Jamie just not too far behind. The gap between Jamie and Ted, it's about 1/10 of a second. Oh dear. Right, we're going to stop this here. Chaps, we've got a red flag. Red flag on that one. Too much of the L word. I don't like to say it because it makes me sick. Right, so that is that session done. We're going to screenshot that. There we go. So those are the times. Apologies there to the Superbike riders, but there was far too much lag on the stream there, and I wasn't very happy with that. It made me want to cry. It really did. Right, okay, well that's now given us an opportunity to... I tell you what, that's very clever, that milestone. That is very clever, because as we were just talking about, this is what we've got coming up next week, then, ladies and gents, on the channel. The SDPG Ulster Grand Prix. Last time we ran this, it was hilarious. That's where Mr. NASA got his nickname from. Oh yeah, we're back with road racing, ladies and gents. We have got Malted Superbikes, R5L, Super Stock Flights of Hinkley, Super Sport and Jude Harvey Foundation 250s. There we go. So each class has also got a title sponsor, and we've been loyal to Malted and R5L. They've been fantastic with us, so we'll be fantastic back. As you can see, Ted's giving out the freebies to the one and only, because he says I've actually got a great facial shape and a good head shape for Malted Cap. So there we are. And yes, and we'll also talk about the other title sponsors when we get going with the Ulster Grand Prix next week. So it's Monday the 2nd, Wednesday the 4th, Thursday the 5th. Timetables will be released next week. Exciting stuff. Right, Ducati Monster Riders, it's time for you guys to head out onto the circuit, and we will, before we actually get cracking with the Ducatis, let's put up the championship standings, if I can ever find them, because we've got quite a close battle again for P2, ladies and gents. I think we've got about 6 riders here, covered by 28 points, if I've worked that out correctly. We've got Guy in 7th, Liam in 2nd. Yeah, we've got quite a good fight on here for P2. I'll just keep those up for a couple of minutes, ladies and gents, so you can have a look through those. Unfortunately, this is the final round for the Ducatis this weekend. It will be the last time we see the Monsters, well, the Monster 1200 bikes out on circuit with us, certainly for the time being, maybe forever, we will see. But they will be replaced by another Ducati class, which we will see, you'll see in a bit. You will see them out, in a bit. Right, the weather has just got a little bit overcast. So there we go. Right, is there anything else I actually need to bring you up to speed with? I don't actually think there is. I think I have been fantastic here and covered everything. I'm sure I have. Well, let's actually have a look at the timetable. How are we doing for time? Oh, we are doing swell for time. We are swell. Look at that. So that's what we've got coming up then tonight, ladies and gents. We've still got 4 sessions to go. The Ducati V2 Cup is going to be interesting. We can't wait to bring you that. It's only 10 minutes. I've actually forgot to put that in the Discord. My bad. If you are signed up for the Ducati V2 Cup for Season 2, you can join that test a little bit later on. So there we are. That is a stacked grid, ladies and gents. I can tell you now, some of the names that put themselves there, oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, we're in for an absolute barnstormer with that class. So we will see those bikes out about 9 o'clock tonight. And we've got an imposter. Have got an imposter. Right, because we've not got many people to... I was going to reduce it by 5 minutes. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Right. What should we put up on screen? Should we put my face? Ah! You ready, ladies and gents? He's had a few issues leading up to the round. I don't really know. I think he's just seen the drink, to be honest. Seen a bottle of vodka. Decided to neck it, and now things have not gone very well. But Andy's here, ladies and gents. He's with us tonight. Got a bit of a sore head, and he's a bit ratted. But you know what can we do? It's a serious problem. So I think you should get stuffed. Right, okay. I'm going to leave that one there, and let's get the intro up for the Ducatis. Practice time. That was really bad. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Right. Sorry, ladies and gents. I've just been creasing in the corner. That wasn't good. Oh dearie me. That was such a bad joke. Yes, Tony. See, you as a father will understand that is a fantastic joke. Great dad joke. Good man. There you go, see. Someone that understands my jokes. Bosh. What a bloke. Well, judging by Dylan and Ted's faces, they were not impressed by that joke, or they didn't hear it. I'm guessing the first one. Because every time I try and make a joke in the FaceTime, I just get told for timeout, or, yeah, they actually put me in timeout. Of all people, they put the boss in time. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Let's just sack them. I'm only joking. Love them, really. They're not bad blokes. Sometimes. Right, okay. Let's do this session then. Let's crack on with this one. Right. Oh dear. What is going on? I'm pressing the wrong button. That's what I'm doing. Right. Okay. I'm sweating here. I'm sweating buckets. Oh dear. Right. Okie dokie. Let's get the Ducatis then underway. And we've got Charlie, first rider out on circuit then to set a lap time. As through Paddock Hill Bend, he will go down through Paddock Hill. Way gets a little bit lively on the curbs. And up towards Druids he goes now. Oh, getting the rear end all that to shape into Druids, down towards Graham Hill Bend for the number 24 machine. Nicely done. I am quite sad to see this class going, you know, ladies and gents. I know I run the show and I can decide what classes go in and not, but it's been a great class. Been fantastic. Some good racing in the Ducatis. I know Connor wrapped the championship up very, very early. But it's been some good racing. We've had some fantastic battles in the Ducatis. And I am sad to see them going. But we have got 2 races for the Ducatis this weekend, ladies and gents. We had to postpone a race at, where was it? Alton Park. We had all sorts of issues. Oh, don't worry, George. My apologies, mate. We did go a little bit early. I do apologise, sunshine. That's right, mate. Come on out for a ride. Come on out for a ride. Oh, as Charlie tips off through Sheen Curve. And he now just on the grass there, keeping well out of the way of his fellow riders. Front row Joe into Westfield. He goes now on the number 69 machine. Been a good season for Joe, actually, in the Ducatis. I will flip the standings back up in just a second. Let's do that now, and let's see where Joe is in the standing. I do apologise, going to cover most of the action. Joe is currently in 5th place, so he's not far behind, only 14 points off that P2 position, so he could claw that back with 2 good races here. It's all to play for the battle for P2. The silver medal is, well, who's it going to go to? That is the question. Well, Liam has started his weekend out very well. 125.801 for the number 44 machine. Fantastic stuff from Liam ahead of Adam, Scottish Too Hotty, Joe, and Charlie. At the moment, the only 5 riders set a lap time. Oh dear. Okay, right, what's happened there, ladies and gents? I'm not going to swear, but I am going to swear. The game has well and truly shat itself. I do apologise for the bad language that Andy said. Andy, stop it. But yeah, we have got a red flag. The game has just decided they just don't want to, just don't want to play ball. I want to play ball. What balls? I'd say let's play basketball. Yeah, great idea. Right, I do apologise to the Ducati riders. We'll go again with this one over 10 minutes. And hopefully that doesn't happen again. If so, I will cry. Let's cry a river. I don't know what I was about to say, actually. I was about to say something really intelligent before that happened. It must have been very important, hey? Right, so let's get the mug back on. Got a new chair as well since we last saw each other, people. It's very comfortable. Leather. It's great quality. Fantastic quality. Yes, red flag because, yeah, I have actually been in touch with Milestone since we last spoke. And yeah, they're just fantastic people. Oh, the Italians. Right, okie dokie. So, Andy, have you got any words? Nah, he don't want to talk. He don't want to talk. You're a bit cheesed off, to be honest. What sort of cheese? Oh, Wensleydale. Oh, Wensleydale. Love that, mate. Love that from you, Andy. Love that from you, pet. Right, okay. Ted loved that joke. I just looked over, and Ted was like, stern face. He's so angry all the time. Ted, need to smile, son. Have some positivity. Have a smile. Oh, he's beaming now. He's heard his name. Good boy. Oh, he's give me fireworks. It's lovely, that. He's actually quite a nice bloke, Ted. He's got quite a stern exterior, but on the inside he's just all gooey. Why not? We'll just chop that in there for banter. And before I get a telling off from Super Ted later, I'm going to move on. Right, so... Anyone want to say hello to Andy whilst we got a bit of a break? Thank you, Tony. Yes, good man. Good man. Oh, we are friends. It's nice to know that I'm loved and my jokes are fantastic. Have I got anything I can... I need some physical banter. No, nope. Let's not go down that road. Just don't do it, Seamus. Just do not do it. Have I got anything I can promote? Oh yeah, Malted Caps. Yeah. I'm not going to say I'm going to get the AA45 because of... We'll gloss over that, Ted. We're not going to go into detail, son. But yes, if you'd like to buy a Malted Cap, speak to Super Ted. He could certainly do with the money right now. Oh, Arai helmets as well. Arai caps. Good man. Thank you, Dill. Timo special. Lovely. Yes, so, in between the break, Ted's car decided well, didn't want to play ball. So, he said I could have the A45 while it was broken. Then I asked for it when it was fixed, and he said no. It's a bit rude. But I'll still promote the caps anyway. All Ted caps, ladies and gents. Get yours now. Speak to Super Ted, and he will sort you out with a top quality cap. New designs apparently are on the way. I think they should be with Ted this week. Fingers crossed. So go hit Super Ted up for a cap. And if we get plenty of cap sales, hopefully I'll get the A45 while it's working. Fingers crossed. We can all hope and dream. Okay, right. I'll have to get a tow bar and a trailer for all my entourage. Right, okie dokie, are we ready? Yeah, let's crack on. Let's go again. Let's do action. Oh, let's go. Hopefully this will work. If not, I'll cry. I'll just cry. Just cry anyway. It's time. Practice. The catties. Let's go. I've got too many songs in my head, people. Do you ever get this when you you listen to a good song and it's stuck in your head forever? Oh, of course, never mind. Bird on the dance floor. Oh, Dylan's now singing. I can just see he's putting all his effort in. Anybody want a disco biscuit? Right, okay, let's go with this one then. No, I'm not going to say that on air because I feel like that's just not appropriate. Right, okay, let's go again. Take two. Action. The APR racing Ducati then of Charlie. Well, Dylan's made himself chuckle. Lovely. Right, Charlie now through Druids then. He goes down towards Graham Hill Bend. Lovely stuff. Looking good. Here's Charlie on both Superbike and Ducati. Oh, dearie me. Don't do it again. I swear to Jesus. No, I don't swear to Jesus, actually. Love the bloke. You know what? Me and Jesus went out for a coffee once. I actually know. I tell you what, I have got a joke for you, ladies and gents. That's courtesy of Ted. Let me find it. I wrote it down. I'll save that, actually, for the end of the session. I'll save that for the end of the session, people. Now, I can see Ted thinking here, what have I said? He should be concerned. It's really bad. It's actually quite good, to be fair. I'm laughing just thinking about it. Right, anyway, get on with the commentary, Seamus. Right, through Dingledale, through the... Woof, that's a unique style there for Charlie. Jumping over the curb. Into Sterling's then goes, number 24 machine. So I say 24 Ducati. They're all Ducatis. Who's a clever boy? Right, in towards the Clark curve then for the number 24 machine. Nicely done. On the power then for Charlie up towards the line. And over the line he goes. First lap time, 125.960. Immediately bettered by everybody at the moment. Connor on top at the moment, 124.533. Goes top of the times. Then it's George in P2, 124.558. Not too far off the pace. Scotty Too Hotty has done the same that time as George. Jordan has done a 125.127. Joe done a 125.259. Then we've got Charlie there, 125.960. And Adam's not doing time yet. Neither has Liam. So then your champion, Connor, has had a fantastic season. He's had a very, very good championship. As Connor, clearly he's wrapped the title up, Seamus. Deary me. Right, through Hawthorne then goes the number one of Connor then. Looks like he's about to nip underneath Jordan. Is he into Westfield? Not quite that time. Way! Looks like Jordan gets a little bit out of shape. Oh, he's going around the outside. He's only going around the outside. Oh, Jordan will slam that door shut. This is... Look at this. Why are we getting rid of this class? Seriously. Oh, look at that. Don't say what you're thinking, Seamus. Do not say it. Whoa! Connor's hit the deck. And I can see the red mist already. Connor keeps well out the way of George and Scotty Too Hotty then. In towards the Clark curve they go. George on the number 93 machine. Great number that. All good people ride with the number 93 on their bike. Over the line goes George. No improvement for... I'm surprised no one's actually gone with 46 in this community. Tell you what, that says a lot actually. Says a lot, really. I'm only joking. Yeah, we're not going down that rabbit hole. Not a chance. We're not opening those can of worms. Right, as George and Scott now still scrapping through Graham Hill Bend. And up towards Surtees goes... This look at this lot. I mean, this is fantastic. It's only practice. Oh, yeah. Oops. Yeah. Right, well, Dill's an absolute pillar for having that in his... I tell you what, should be Dill C91. That sounds better. Sounds better. Shout out to Sam. Gosh, there we are. At Team Valley Racing. Hey, look at that. Brownie points. 20 points to Hufflepuff. Right, who was that clipping the grass there? Up through Sheikah. That was Front Row Joe, the number 69 machine. Into Sterling's then. Tribute there to the late Chrissy Rouse. Down towards the final corner goes Joe. Let's not get those championship standings back up again. Well, the riders that are involved in this battle for P2 in the championship are pretty much inside those top six, apart from Adam and Liam that are just outside at the moment. Down through Paddock Hill Bend and up the other side, up towards Druids then goes Joe. Hard on the brakes. Oh, someone doing a bit of grass tracking in the background. Was that George maybe? No, that wasn't George at all. It was someone. Down in towards Graham Hill Bend. Are we ready for the racing, ladies and gents, as well, with the voice breaks and stuff, when things just go a little bit awry? Honestly, if you want to hear a mid-20s bloke that's not hit puberty yet, watch the racing, because that is just ridiculous. I'm surprised I don't wake up the whole street, to be honest. It's bad. It is very bad. I'm sure some of you will know. Right, down towards Hawthorne then. Looks like Connor's just putting some heat in his tyres. Down through Hawthorne's then. They go, using the curve as a bit of a berm there. Nice. Connor is currently top of the times, ahead of George and Scott, who are still level on in terms of lap time. Adam up to P4 now, 124.724 for Adam. Liam, 124.810. Jordan on a 124.939. 125.023 for Charlie, and a 125.156 for Joe, as Liam there gets it a little bit wrong at the Clark curve. Just had to sit up there, keep out the way of Joe. Right, here we go then, up towards the line. Joe up to P2, 124.464. Who was that tipped off in the background? I'm not sure, actually. Someone tipped off over through Cleo. Oh, did you see that from Connor? Lights the rear end up. But still stays on it, of course it does. I'm really excited to see Connor in Superbike next season. He is going to be class. To be fair, it's going to be a class grid. It is stacked with talent. I'm so glad I've retired. This commentary box is very comfy. That's all I'm saying. Right, through through Surtees then, and up towards, so down towards Hawthorne. Oh, look at this, George and Scott, they're getting very flipping. Oh, jeepers creepers. I thought George was going to go straight to the back of Joe. Oh, now they can be separated as Scott clips to the back of George, and down goes the number 5 at Hawthorne. That was a pretty quick accident for number 93. So just shy of 3 minutes remaining then for the Ducatis. And in towards Sheen Curve then for Charlie. Oh, Connor's taking the scenic route. Oh, we got traffic, we got dawdling on the racing line. Oh, dearie me. Good job we're not Motor 3 and stewards there. Oh my goodness gracious, everyone will have long laps. Look at that! Screenshot. Oh, yes. That'll be in the newspaper. We need to think of the title. SDPG News. Yeah, we'll think about that actually. We will think. Look at this. We've got 5 of them. Yes! Go on the boys. It's Druids then they go. Charlie at the back of the train. Please don't say that again, Seamus. Who's leading that train actually? Scotty Too Hotty. Number 5 through Graham Hill. But look at. Oh my goodness gracious. George and Charlie have gone grass tracking. Oh dear. That that didn't quite work out there, chaps. Yes, Charlie! Go on, son. Here we go. 45 points to Gryffindor there for Charlie doing practice. Oh, George has followed him as well. Good man. Good people. We'll get that. Right. Oh, I think Charlie may get a bit of a bash nose after this one. Taking lumps out of each other in the paddock. Oh, dear me. Right. Can we get book a referee? Oh, dear me. As Joe there tips off through Sheen Curve. Oh, that looked a bit violent. Oh, dear me. Well, this has been quite a chaotic session then, with a minute remaining of the SDPG Academy Monster 1200 Cup. It is nearly time for Ami Electric's British Super Sport. I tell you what, Neil, it's not far off, is it? Ducati Destruction Derby. Loving it. Right, through Paddock Hill Bend. Let's go for a rundown of the lap times then. Connor on top at the moment ahead of Joe. George and Scott still can't be separated in P3 and 4. Adam in P5, 124.724. Take that back, 124.326 for Adam as he now shoots up to P2. Liam, 124.728. Then we've got Jordan, 124.939 and 125.0 for Charlie, who's on the back wheel. Very happy we're taking George out. Oh, look at that. He's even got it stopped before the gravel. What a legend. Right, checker flag then, about to be shown for the Ducatis. What a good session that was. Well, it just goes to show, even once you wrap the title up, you might as well go for fastest laps, race win, stopping sessions, because that's what Connor has done. Connor on top of the times, ahead of Adam, with Front Row Joe in P3 at this moment. George in P4, Scotty Hotty in P5, Liam in 6th, Jordan in 7th, Charlie on the back wheel, rounding out the runners and riders in that one. Lovely stuff there. So as the riders now just complete their laps through the clock curve there for the number 1 and about to fly over the line now. Oh, I tell you what, George has nipped it at the end. 123.729. George has gone top right at the very end after I finished off. Yes, rounding out the order. Lovely. Oh, dearie me. Okay, so that's the times there for the Ducatis. Good session that from all of them. Let's stick up the timetable. Let's see how we're doing for time. Oh dear me, about to quit the game then. That's not good. That is not good. So yes, we've got Super Sport, Super Bikes and Ducati V2 Cup testing after everything has happened this evening. Welcome back to the commentary box, everybody. Oh, do you want to hear Ted's joke? If you want to hear Ted's joke, put it in the chat. I need 5 people to say yes, otherwise I'm not doing it. This is where everyone should. It's very good. Oh. Don't worry, Chase. Nothing rude, mate. Nothing rude. Oh, Dylan's. There's always one, isn't there? There's just always one. God's sake. Right, 5 separate people. He's part of SDPG HQ. What have I done? Right, okay. He's unbelievable. God love him. Something's certainly wrong with him, but we'll let him stick around. Right, okay. Super Sport Free Practice 2 is on the way. In the moist conditions. Okay, right. That's 2 people that said yes. Hey, go on, George. Wagwan! Whoop! You see, he's still off his face. I don't know what he's been on. I'm very concerned. Should I take him to the doctor at vet? Where do you take teddy bears? To vet. I'll take him to vet. Oh, aye. We'll take him to vet. V-E-T. Well, I can spell. Not bad for a dyslexic, eh? Right. We'll just wait a couple more minutes then for... I honestly, I got something about Ted's joke. Yes, Scott, let's have some positivity here, sunshine. Let's have some positivity. Right, here we go. Let's get this one pretty much underway. Let's have a look. Oh, nice. I tell you what, Joe, we've done that before in online sessions. It's quite good, that. It's a good line. I will try and remember that, sunshine, for later on, and we'll give you a shout out for that one. Right, okay. Oh, Neil's joined in there. So we have got some moist conditions then for the Super Sport riders. Let's see how this goes. Lovely stuff, lovely. Right, make sure everyone's on the correct machine. Ah, Vinny's here. Hello, Vinny. Good to have Vinny with us for FP2. Jordan's going out on the Kawasaki. That's interesting. Kawasaki, not the most competitive package in Super Sport. Connor's still on the MV. No, you're alright, Tony, mate. No, you're alright. I run the show around here, mate. I run the show. I can decide what to say. There we go. Everyone looks like they're on the right bike. I don't know whether I actually want to share this joke now I've said that. It's not nothing Rodero. It's just very, very Ted. Very, very Ted. Simple. That's what it is. Very simple joke. Very simple. Like I say, like Ted. Right, okay. Let's crack on then. With the Ami Electric. Sorry, mate. Didn't mean to. Right, time for Ami Electric's British Super Sport Action. Free Practice 2 is on the way next. Alright, final given to peer pressure. Right, the joke. If you don't get this, ask Ted. Just message Ted. That's all it is. And if you don't find it funny, message Ted. Right, so. Tell you what. The fans are crying out for Ted. I would as well. Right, so the joke is, what did Batman say to Robin before getting in the Batmobile? Robin, get in the Batmobile. It still makes me laugh now. Okay, simple things for simple minds. Right, let's crack on with free practice 2 then for the Trick-Free Super Sport class. Oh dear me, what have we done? What have we done? We turned into a comedy act. Jesus Christ. Right, I hope you all like that one, because there's no more where that came from. Right. I'll tell you what, actually, no, what we'll do is we'll gather up some information, we'll gather up some resources from Ted over the week, today and tomorrow. And he can stock us up with a list of comedy great jokes, even though that was fantastic. And I can tell by the silence in the chat, that has gone down like a storm. Okay. Okay, right, that's me sticking to the day job deal. Thank you, son. Right, okay, let's get on with this moist free practice 2 session for the Ami Electric's British Super Sport. Now, the two riders that we've got to keep an eye out in this one, of course, Scotty Too Hotty on your screen, and Neil Honda versus Yamaha. Let's do some magic here with the software, and we will remind you. No, I tell you what, actually, just chuck the Super Sport standings up. So the Super Sport standings then coming into this one. As you can see, Scott has got ahead of Neil, 271 points versus 264. Northern Ireland versus Scotland. Who will come out on top? Well, we'll find out at the end of play on Wednesday. But that is how the championship standings are looking. Going into... Yeah, but you see, they're even better, Tony. They're just even better, mate. That is fantastic. Right, here we go then. Scotty Too Hotty then, who will be very used to this weather, is on top of the pile. Ahead of Liam, who's stacked his bike there nicely at Paddock Bend. Then we've got George in third place, ahead of Vinny. And we've got Neil in P5 at the moment. Alfie's still in the pits, Connor's still in the pits, Jordan's still in the pits, and Isaac going down through Dingle Dell and up towards the Sheen curve at the moment. Is this a protest? I swear. Oh, Neil's tipped off there. Right, I think we've got 3 riders protesting here. I think that's where it is. We will not go out if there's rain. Oh dear. Well, if that's the case, I'm not saying it. No, I'm not going to say it because we need to be original. Right, well, George and Scott still can't be separated then. They weren't in the Ducatis, and they still can't be separated here in the Super Sport classes down through Dingledale. Okay, that's gone early there for Scott. And looks like there was a marker in the middle of the track. Dill, you need to get out and pick that up, sub. I'm only saying that because Dill is a marshal in real life. Big up Dill and the Orange Army. Without them, we don't go racing. Simple as that. I don't really know what to say to that, actually. I'll just carry on with the commentary. I'll carry on with the commentary, Dill. Oh, here we go. Here we go. He's got brush at the ready. Bless him. He's a good egg sometimes. He is a good egg. We'll give him that. We will give him that. Right, Scott still on top then, ahead of Liam. George on the 4, but still in P3. Got Vinny in 4th. I don't know what to make of this loop. I think it's really nice. I'm just still trying to get my head around it. Tony, hold the dustpan. Dylan will do the sweeping. Dylan, have you got an apron? Oh, he's typing. Here we go. This is it. This is the moment. As you see Vinny now down towards. Aww, that's sweet. Through Hawthorne then goes Vinny, currently lying P4 at the moment on the number 54 ISM Racing Honda. Just ahead of Neil, who powers over the line and still in 5th at the moment. 130.4 for Neil at the moment. So we'll see how this goes when we get going with racing. They don't have a race tomorrow, but they have 2 on Wednesday. Oh, I nearly said Tuesday. What a good boy. I stopped myself. I thought about it. Oh, brilliant, Tony. Fantastic. Jeepers creepers. You cannot take Tony anywhere, honestly. You're a bad influence. I'm only saying that because we're good mates. It's all good. Right, here we go then. Let's get back to the action then on track. Alfie and Connor still protested. Jordan's ventured out though. Good man. Look at that. As through Sheen curve. Scott's gone even faster. 129.778 for the HBR racing machine. Through Sterling's then for Jordan. Runs a little bit wide. That was Vinny that's just popped out onto circuit just up ahead of him. Down towards the Clark curve. Nice, he's on through the Clark curve then on the power for Jordan. Let's see what this time's going to be. On the gas now and over the line for Jordan. 131.679 for the Power Slide Racing Suzuki. Well, with these two being in the pits, gives us a good camera angle. Never do that again, Shadows. Never do that again. Good session this from Isaac, actually. Not too far off the top time. Less than a second. Whoa, I tell you what. That went early for Vinny, didn't it? Holy mackerel. I'm not going to say what I'm thinking either. It's a commentary term, but there's just some dirty-minded people in this community. Well, 2. That's through the Sheen curve then. I mean, this just cannot be separated, can they? I bet this is planned. This is planned, but I like it. Through Sterling's then down toward... Oh, Scott's ventured into the pits. As George now goes on to complete his lap then on the AMI Electrics MV Augusta, the number 17 machine, on the power through the clock curve. And up towards the line then for George. Over the line, he goes top. He does go top. 129.111 for George on that lap. That is a fabulous effort from the AMI Electrics MV Augusta. Let's see if Alfie and... Oh, Connor's ventured out. Connor has ventured out then on the APR Racing Honda. Let's have a look then at Isaac, number 73 machine. Through Hawthorne and across to Westfield he goes now on the brakes for the number 73 machine. Down through Westfield, through Dingledale. Got to be careful here not to run too far out there. Isaac's done that pretty well, to be fair. Oh, just runs a bit wide though through the Sheen curve. He's a 10th up at the moment. This is a good session for Isaac. Wet weather will certainly be his speciality going into season 2, but down towards the Clark curve and clearway section. 7.5 minutes remaining then of this one. We're halfway through. As on the power through the Clark curve, Liam has improved his time, so has Neil. We'll gloss over that in a... Sorry, we'll gloss over that. We'll gloss over that now. Let's have a look then at this one. So Liam has done a 129.247. Neil has done a 129.650. Connor's done a 129.486. Got himself up to P3. Scott's now going 3/10 up on this lap. Very important for Scott then to get a good lap under his belt. Can he get ahead of Neil? If he can finish ahead of Neil going into tomorrow, that'll certainly help, because we've got qualifying on the way tomorrow for Super Sport. As over the line then for Scotty Too Hotty. Where does he go? He goes second, ladies and gentlemen. 129.239. Gets ever closer to George on that lap. Great lap that from Scotty Too Hotty. Well, the Honda's working well in the damp conditions. Say damp, the wet conditions. Excuse me, currently lying second, third and fourth are Hondas. Has Alfie ventured out? Yeah, Alfie has ventured out on the GW Motorsport Triumph. On the brakes, in towards Druids then he goes. Lovely stuff on the power and down towards Graham Hill Bend then for Alfie. Like we said earlier in free practice 1, could be a dark horse for the title in season 2. Well, we'll see how he goes on in testing. But he's certainly shown he could be a challenger for the top spots in Super Sports in season 2. Let's get him down towards Hawthorne then, and into Hawthorne he goes now, as Connor has gone to the top of the times. 128.620. Yeah, there's some pretty quick lads here. Has got George now through Sterling's. Oh, gets it lit up on the curb. Down towards the Clark curve then. Oh, there's Neil, just appeared. Through the Clark curve and clearway section. Oh, look at this. Look at this. For all you conspiracy theory people out there, whatever you call them. Yeah, whatever. Look at this. Neil and Scott. I'll tell you what, screenshot. Screenshot for the gram. Yeah, that is cool. Oh, dearie me. Oh, it starts already. There's mind games. Right, so now Scott's leading Neil, who's leading George. There we go. Oh, yes, this is what we want. This is what we want. In towards Surtees for Scotty Too Hotty on the power then. For the number 5 machine, and down towards Hawthorne goes Scott, Neil and George. Through Hawthorne then they go. Nicely done. Oh, Neil just ran a little bit wide there. Right on board then with Neil. I expect to see George up the inside. Oh, no. Fair play. Let's run on board with George actually. Look at this. This is living, people. This is living. Look at that. Oh, I tell you what, Neil's pushing hard here. Runs a bit wide. Through George took a beautiful line through there. Look at that. I tell you what, George is looking really strong here on the MV Augusta. Down towards the Clark curve. Then get this upstream of Scotty Too Hotty. Hard on the brake. Oh! Neil just hits him there. It certainly looked like... Oh, Scott then pulls into Gasoline Alley. Connor's gone even quicker. 128.448 for Connor Chameleon. George of the Jungle goes up to P2, 129.081 for George. So there we go. So we've got Connor Chameleon, who's sat at Druids, on top at the moment. Then we've got George of the Jungle in P2, Scotty 2 Hottie in P3. Needs to get a nickname for Liam. And same for Alfie. Then we've got Niels on Wheels in P6, Vinny in 7th, Isaac in 8th, and the Power Slide Racing Suzuki of Jordan in the box at the moment and in P9 at this present moment of the session. And Alfie there slips off at Druids. Okay, that was nice. Got it spun up. Very nice, very nice. Right, who should we have a look at? Where's Neil? Neil's behind George. Liam's... He's back! He's back with us. And he's run off. Oh dear. Well, he kept you out of the barrier. Fair play. Fair play. Right, down into... Where are we? I've no idea. Just flicking through people here, Seamus. Oh, George has tipped off. George tipped off at Sheen Curve. Gives the Army Electrics MV Augusta team a little bit of work to do. I think we've got a problem for George. We have got a problem for George. He's in the box. In the box. Box. Right then, Scott through Druids down towards Graham Hill Bend. On the power, using a bit of the green, exceeding track limits. I'm not going to give him a warning for that. I don't want to put anyone off. I'm nice like that. Whoa, I tell you what. You see how quick that went on Liam? Holy mackerel. Whew. Dear me. Right, Alfie now down towards Hawthorn. Just less than 2 minutes remaining of free practice 2 for the Army Electrics British Super Sport class. Through Hawthorn then for Alfie. Runs a smidgen wide, but he's kept it on the track. He has kept it on the circuits. That is all that matters. Through Westfield then for Alfie. Ooh, dearie me. Pushing the boundaries here, isn't he? In towards the Sheen Curve then. Great to have Triumph back in the series, I must say. Look at this. This is a good lap from Alfie. Half a second up. So this will put him into P2 if he can just carry this one on. As down towards the Clark Curve for the number 23 machine, GW Motorsport Triumph. Through the Clark Curve on the Purr. Up towards the line then. I don't know what that was. Please bear with me. I've got a lot of issues. Over the line then for Alfie. It does go P2. 129.011 for Alfie. Right, ready for this. Oh, that was slick. That was the slickest transition I've ever done in my life. Bosh. See? Look at that. We've got a photographer on the circuit. That's what we like, though. We don't like... Well, we do mind it, but we'll gloss it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Scott. Oh, dear. I think we just panned to them at the wrong time there, Scott and George. Oh, dear. Oh, dearie me. Well, yeah, I don't... Look at this. Look. Oh, it's nice that they've got friends to ride around with. Oh, friends. Love that. Listen to that MV. That's just... I've got to miss the MV on the... Oh, Super Sport Grid for Season 2. Oh, I tell you, look at Neil. Neil's on wheels. Has got the wheels in motion. 129.027. Currently in P3 and has gone ahead of Scotty 2 Hottie as the checkered flag now comes out for the Army Electric British Super Sport class. George on the back wheel, Scott on the back wheel. Oh, look at Alfie there. That was committed. Round the outside and Neil. That may have just taken his eye line on the gravel. And that's that over for Alfie there on that one. GW Motorsport Triumph. Good session though. Right, let's run this off then. Connor takes top spot ahead of Alfie. Yes, Alfie. Love that. Neil also on the back wheel in P3. George in 4th. Scott in 5th. Liam in 6th place. Vinny in 7th. Isaac in 8th. And Jordan rounding out the field in that second Super Sport session. Righty ho 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 ho. Merry Christmas. There we go. That is the lap times then. Look at that actually between 6th and 2nd. That's taking the disco biscuit. That's fine, Scott. Yep, you can send me that, mate. We can sort that out. We can ban George for life. I'm joking, George. Valuable part of the SDPG community. We would never ban George. That was great though, Scott and George. We like that. That was fantastic. Righty ho, let's crack on then with the super bite session. So we are going to knock 5 minutes off the super bites just because we're cruel, and that's just so we can just get back on time. We've got family to go to, so that's what we'll do. 15 minutes for super bites then. If anyone doesn't like it, please write a complaint and I will not open it. Only joking. Only joking. All feedback is very much welcome. Yep, that's it, Scott. That is absolutely it, mate. Fantastic. I will look forward to reading your email. Superbikes, get yourselves in the lobby. It is time for the second free practice session for the SDPG British Superbikes. I don't actually know what to say to that. That's brilliant, that, Scott. I will actually change my email to that. Right, let's get... Let's get the stats up then for the super bites, and we're ready. Even though I rhymed them all off earlier. So yes, need to look out for... No, ooh, maybe think about it. No, I'm not going to say that, actually. That will get me in trouble. Have a look at Ted's lid. You'll see the new sponsorship on there. I believe it's a multi-million-pound deal. So that's many A45s that Ted can give the whole community. Lovely stuff. Right, okay. I tried to say that quietly. Did it work? Ted, do you want to show the world what you're doing? Dirty. Dirty, dirty man. I'm joking. He's got a back scratcher. He's very proud of this. He strokes his dog with it as well. He doesn't have a dog. It's fantastic. Well, he does. I still haven't got the name. I think it's Leonardo, his dog's name. Yeah, Ted sounds mental. He's just said that. Yeah, he's a bit of a fruitcake, is our Ted, but aren't we all? Right, sorry, son. Sorry. Sorry, Ted. Sorry. Or am I? Yeah, I am. Oh, I'm so getting a rollicking after this. Okay, I'm gonna run away. This might be quite a silent session, but I'm just gonna run for my life. Okay, SDPG British Superbikes in association with Exact Moves. Free Practice 2 is on the way next. Enjoy the silence. Okie dokie. Right, I decided to be brave and stick around. But yeah, there we go. Free practice 2 then. For the SDPG British Superbikes in association with Exact Moves. I could just clear up that Ted is not a mental case. We're just good mates, so it just works out well. It's all good banter. Until I come off the stream and then he will kill me. It's all good. It's all good though. It's all good. Right, okay, here we go then. Dylan on your screens and championship leader. Will he be taking the #1 plate over to Team Valley Racing BMW? Looks like he will at the moment. 18 points. Here's his lead in the championship over Brett. Let's go through. Well, Brett's not here tonight because he's at. Well, he was at a football game. I don't think it's gone too well for him, like I said in FP1. So I'll bring the tissues tomorrow for Brett. Ted is lying third in the standings, 49 points behind at the moment. Is Super Ted. We could sort of class him as a bit of an outsider for the championship. With 75 points remaining on the table, though, this is esports. And last time we were here, Dylan had a bit of a stinker. To be fair, it didn't go well for the CS Autos Ducati rider. Yorkshire's top rank. Brett took the treble. And Ted, I think Ted did get a couple of podiums here last time. Got a third and a second place. Did the Super one, so I'm sure he will be in the fight come race day. But yes, it's going to take a bit of a miracle, like he said to us earlier on today. It will take a bit of a miracle for him to be in that title fight, but you've got to be in it to win it. You have got to be in it to win it. So we'll see whether Super Ted can get himself inside that, maybe inside that top 2, potentially split the Ducatis. Either way, Brett, Dylan and Ted are confirmed as your top 3. What order? We will find out in a couple of days' time. So I'll also tell you a little bit about what we've got planned for Wednesday. We've got a bit of a special plan for after the final Superbike race. So what's going to happen, ladies and gents, is, you know, in BSB, when the winner has a lap of honour, we're going to do something similar. Well, everyone will be, all the Superbike grid. I will be putting this in the Discord, lads, before you start panicking. We've had a bit of a change of plan. So all the riders are going to do a lap of honour. We're going to have Pathway winner and overall Superbike Championship winner out front, and then everyone else behind will be in Championship order. And that is sort of a thank you from me to the riders. I want to give them all a bit of a nice, some nice words said about them, and just to celebrate our champions. I feel like that is needed. To be fair, they've all been brilliant. I cannot stress to you enough how proud I am of all the lads. This has been our first season doing the Academy, and I would just like to say a big thank you to all the riders, because without them it wouldn't be very fun, would it, just looking at a track? Just saying. There's Ted Bull. There it is. Look, there he is on top of Ted's helmet there. You could just see that. If you look carefully enough, you'll be able to see the Ted Bull sponsorship. Tell you what, I wouldn't like to have a taste. Not going to lie. But yes, I would like to say a big thank you to all the riders for their support during this season. We knew this was going to be a good season. We just didn't realise it'd be this good. The racing's been fantastic. I'd like to say the organisation's been okay. It's been up to standard. But I would also like to thank. I don't like to say too much nice about them, because they'll get big-headed and egos will go wild. But behind the scenes, Dylan and Ted do help me organise everything. In terms of, you know, we just go through some ideas, I discuss them, see whether they think it would be a good idea, and we always have some good discussions, and they've been fantastic, absolutely fantastic with helping me during this season. They also do race control for me in Supersport and Ducatis, which has been a massive help for that, and I do the Superbike class. But yes, it's been fantastic. It's been a great opening season to our Academy, and I cannot wait to join BSEC in Season 2. And like we say, it's not far away before we are kicking off that one. Right then, ladies and gents, let's have a rundown of the order and the inside. Just over 5 minutes then, we've got Dylan on top of the times ahead of Super Ted. Looking good in both dry and wet conditions is Ted at the moment. So doing a fantastic job here at Brands Hatch. Home circuit for Ted and the Mole Ted squad. So we'll see whether the Super One can do the business this weekend. If Ted wants to have a shot at the title, he needs to win all 3 races. I do think it's possible. I think if the weather's a bit inclement, Ted will be up there. Even in the dry, he's not far off the pace. I just think the Yamaha just lacks in areas that other bikes have got an advantage, like the Ducati. Like, even the Kawasaki is very quick in the track. Even the Honda's not too bad. The Yamaha is pretty slow out the corners, but I was chatting to Ted earlier on, and him and the team have been working on a bit of a setup that's just helped to punch out the corners ever so slightly, and you can see it. You know, the time Ted's going quicker than he has been when we were last here. So I really do believe that Ted is going to be fight at the sharp end. You'd be stupid to bet against him, really. So will this man on your screens, ladies and gents. Gamer Jamie on the RD Racing Yamaha then will be flying the flag for Northern Ireland. That was awful. What was that? I have no idea. Apologies there to everyone that's Northern Irish. There's quite a few people. That was dreadful. I do apologise. But yes, Jamie is going to fly the flag for the Northern Irish riders in Superbike this weekend. And I tell you what, he's had a fantastic season. We had some issues with Jamie at the start. Yeah, it was just an absolute horrible. It was so horrible to us. No, I'm joking. Jamie's not horrible at all. Always Joe there. Clips the grass and down he goes. No, so the issues for Jamie was he just couldn't get in. Just could not get him in any of the sessions. Just wouldn't let him in for some reason. But He's found a solution to his problems, and it's great to have the number 86 on track and doing the business. I'm still surprised he's not had a win yet in Superbike, but I'm sure it's not far away. If it's not this season, I'm going to bet my left foot that Jamie will have a race win in Season 2 of BSEC. Right, let's have a look. So here we go. Let's talk about these two young men. The number 69 of Front Row Joe and the number 24 of Charlie. These two are going to be, certainly in inclement weather, these two could put a spanner in the works for the top three. I know Charlie got a podium here in the wet conditions when we were last here in, when was it now? Oh, it was about March time when we were last here. So Charlie could be one to watch out. He's even been quick in the drive. He's third in FP1. Can Charlie go on and do some fantastic things in the Superbike class this weekend? Wants to round out his season with a positive result. I'm sure he will. I think his main focus, though, speaking to Charlie in between rounds, is to get himself that pathway title. Ted's improved 126.297 for the Moulton R5L rider. He has just got a little bit closer to Yorkshire's top wreck. Mason Roth, then, the number 36, rode pretty well at Cadwell. That's where he got his one and only podium of the season. I couldn't remember. Was that in clement condition? I think he got it in the dry, to be fair. Then Mason Roth, without getting heat in his tyres like that. As Adam now has jumped up to P6. We'll come back to Mason in just a second, the HPR Racing Honda rider. Adam now in P6 on the RK BMW, on this slightly older version of the BM, which has certainly shown it's still a strong package. It's done a great job, a fantastic job, as Adam, the number 4 machine RK BMW rider, has just nailed it this season. Been a fantastic introduction to the Superbike class. Next season, I reckon we'll see Adam on the podium quite a bit. The 2023 BMW is a strong package. So we'll see how that goes in the hands of this year. I'm really excited to see Adam on the Eden Floor BMW machine. Different colours for Eden Floor next season. Similar design, but different colours. So keep an eye out for that one. Looking forward to getting tested in a few weeks' time. Jamie's gone faster, a little bit further up the order. Does a 126.317 for Gamer Jamie. Good run that. For the number 86 of Super Ted now in towards Sterling. Oh, I tell you what. Oh, he just runs a bit wide there. Did he get unsighted there by Jamie? He was a tenth and a half up going into that. But through the Clark curve for the number 34 machine. And the two Yamahas now about to fly over the line. And over the line, no improvement there for Ted on that occasion. Where's Yorkshire's top wreck then? The CS Autos Ducati rider is Wahey! Oh dear. Oops-a-daisy, I hurt you again. That's what the bike sings in. Yeah, it wouldn't be an SDPG stream without a bit of karaoke. Right, we've got... oh, I tell you what, look at this. 2 of the 3 title charges on track together. Adam there just keeping out of the way of Super. These are some quick times on the boys. Look at that, 1.5 seconds covering the whole field. Yeah, SDPG is not competitive, is it? On the contrary, yes. I just love this job. Front row Joe's having a great run here. Let's give Joe a bit of a shout. 126.494 for front row Joe, the number 69 machine. Like we say, had 2 podiums this season, one at Alton Park and one at Donington. Look, that's a vicious crash for the number 69 machine. And who was that? Was that the 2 Hondas, Mason Roth and Charlie, going through Paddock Hill Bend. Right on board then with Mr. Nassett. Look at that! Woo-hoo-hoo! Mason Roth there, takes the car park route down through Druids then in towards Graham Hill Bend for HPR Honda and apologies. I'll have to go and find the wire, so this could be quite a silent end to the session. I do apologise. I'll be back very shortly. Right, apologies, I'm back. Do apologise about that one, ladies and gents. As per usual, typical SDPG fashion, not prepared for everything. Right, Ted has improved his lap time a little bit further up the order then, a 126.191 for Super Ted. Apart from that, not many other riders have gone faster then. Let's get Joe now, about to do a practice start, not in the correct position, but we'll gloss over that one. Let's have a listen. Good stuff, there we go. And checkered flag is now out for the super bike session. And well, Dylan has taken top spot then, ahead of Super Ted with Jamie in P3. Joe in P4, Charlie in 5th, Adam in 6th, Mason Roth in 7th, and Aaron rounding out the field for the super bikes in free practice 2. There we go. Right, do not go anywhere, ladies and gents. Do not go anywhere, because we've got a 10-minute session then for the new class joining the SDPG BSEC ranks when we go with that one in Season 2. This is very exciting stuff. Cannot wait to bring you this session. Look at them times. Fair play to all riders there. That didn't look easy by any stretch of the imagination. Right, there we go. Okay, so let's see how many riders we get turning up for this one. So, if you're signed up for the Ducati V2 Cup, you can take part in this test. I'm going to have to try and rely on who I've got down. That's never good. That is never good. I want to use the brain. That is not good at all. Oakley dokley. Let's get this one set up. We will give riders just a couple of minutes just to get themselves situated. Right, now this is going to be a new one. I think that is correct. Hopefully, if not, don't blame me. That's all I'm saying. Not my fault. It is really. It's all my fault. It's just all my fault, people. Sorry, Jamie. Sorry, mate. I could provide you with a radiator, maybe. A little heater. Right then. Are we ready? Tell you what am I doing? What am I doing? I can actually get my list up. That's a great idea. It might take me a minute. Just please bear with me. I don't want to look at this. This is going to be... Okay. Righty-ho. Okay, so... Let me see who I've got down on my list. I've got to be ruthless here, people. I am going to be ruthless. I do apologise. Oh, dear. What is going on here? It's not going to work now. Yeah, lovely. Now it's just being ridiculous. It's just not funny, really. Makes me want to cry. Right, okay, well that plan's gone out the window. Yes, I will be checking the list, and I'll be, yeah, and I'll update you all. Well, there you go. Oh, got an email. Oh, Dylan's typing. Oh my god. Oh dear me, what is going on here? What have I done? I don't know. Go for it, George. Yeah, I think you're down for it. We are just going to do the time session. Just time session. Don't worry about the race. Timed session only for this one. Right, let's... Okay, there we go. No worries, George. No worries, mate. We will hold on for a momento. So we haven't obviously got an intro for this one. But we will have one at some point. Because we are in discussions with our main intro man. I will give him a good shout out as well. And I'm sure you'll all agree that this young man has done a fantastic job with our intros for this season. Scotty too hotty, ladies and gents. I would like to say a big thank you to Scott for his work with all the intros. The Ducati Monster, the Super Sport and the Superbike intro just looks on point. So thank you, Scott, for all your work. And I know we are sorting out the Season 2 intros. Sorry, and there's no we about it. You're doing a fantastic job. We've already seen little snippets, and I can tell you now, ladies and gents, you think this one's good? You ain't seen nothing yet. That's all I am saying. Right, okay, so let's have a look then. We've got 11 people, all on the V2s. Lovely. Right, are we ready for this one, ladies and gents? 10 minutes for a new class. Yippee! Let's go. I haven't even got a doodah. Let's just put something up. I don't really know. Hang on. I'll just think about this for a minute. I'll tell you what, I'll just put the Ducati practice up. Why not? There we go. Right. So, just clarify. This is not Ducati Monster actually, but this is the Ducati V2 Cup. Yes, ladies and gents, these are the bikes that are going to be replacing the Ducati Monster 1200 Cup. And here we go, ladies and gents. Look at this lot. Yes, they are road bikes. So you're going to have to bear with the headlights. They're a bit blinding, but we'll persevere. Oh. We've lost Super Ted from this one. Looks like bike has given up the ghost before we started. Right. So we've got the Team Valley Racing Ducati then of Yorkshire's top rat Dylan. Now we'll be having a stab at this one in Season 2. We've also got Front Row Joe. We've got Mason Roth on blue. I tell you what, I'm just going to go down all of them. There's some lovely looking bikes here. Can't lie. This is fantastic. So, the reason, you may be asking why we've actually done this. Oh, look at that. That is nice. Yeah, rate that. George and Alfie, that. Fantastic, great job. So, the reason why we're doing a bit of a testing, you may be wondering, well, at VSB they do real-life tyre testing. Well, we're doing Ducati testing. Because why not? It's for next season. And we'll give you something else to watch for the last 10 minutes of the stream. Right, there's some lovely looking bikes here. I'm not going to pick a favourite because they're all my favourite. There we are. Right, let's have a look. I'll tell you what, who should we run on board? Let's run on board the show. Let's have a listen to this, people. Let's have a listen. There we go, let's go. There you go. Love it. Absolutely love it. Right, first times on the board then. This will give us sort of a bit of a perspective really on lap times. How far off will they be? The Ducati monsters, will they be similar to the Super Sport? Well, at the moment, that was one of the best saves we've ever seen. Well done, Aaron. That was class, mate. That was awesome. So we've got a 125.864 for Alfie on that one. That's a great opening lap for the number 23 machine. George, 124.3. That is rapid from the number 17. So I don't think we're going to be too far off Super Sport times. We'll be hovering around that. This is actually a great comparison, to be fair. This is just, it's almost like we've thought this out. Well, we tried to. We tried. We're very trying. Right. Let's have a look then. Mason Roth, oh dear, down towards the Clark Curve, in towards Clark Curve and Clearway section. Oh, Mr. Nasser himself, up towards the line for Mason Roth. Over the line he goes, 125.5. Aaron up to P4, 126.143. Front row Joe, currently sat in P5. Look at George. Oh dear. Oh, that's not gone well. That has not ended well for those guys. And through Druids then goes front row Joe. Just waiting for Yorkshire's top right then to set a lap time. Vinny up to P7. Adam in 8th. Isaac in 9th. And Dylan through Druids. And off on his merry way on another lap. Oh, he tucks the front of Graham Hill. Clips the grass and down goes. Right, George over the line then. A 1-2 for GW Motorsport in this one then. We've got George and Alfie on the top steps at the moment. Mason Roth currently in P3. Charlie in 4th. Aaron in 5th. Joe in 6th. Vinny in 7th. Isaac in 9th place. To apologise, Vinny in 8th. Isaac in 9th. She's top right now on his, on another flying lap on the Team Valley Racing Ducati. Tell you what, I think we will have 2 races for the Ducatis next season per round. I think not just 2 races over the season because that would be very interesting. No, 2 races per round for the Ducatis, 2 for Super Sport, 3 for Superbike. So we'll have 7 races in all for all BSEC action, along with the usual practice and qualifying. We will give you all the updated regulations when we go pre-season testing, like we say, which is not far away now, Well, at the moment, top in the times is George on the number 17 GW Motorsport Ducati into the Clark Curve on the power through clearways. Nicely done. Oh, look at that, using all the road. Over the line for George, no improvement on that lap. He's a second faster than anybody else. That is remarkable. Through Westfield then goes Alfie, also on a GW Motorsport Ducati. Down Dingledale in towards the Sheen Curve. Nicely done, not using too much road. That look, it's half a second up then for Alfie. Dillard straight away, 124.986 on his first completed flying lap. It's gone P2. Solid lap that from Yorkshire's top wreck. Team Valley Racing Ducati looking quick already. That's through clearways then and up towards the line for Alfie. Where will this put him? He will go second. 124.585 for Alfie. This is very good. We will be comparing lap times between Supersport and the Ducatis after this weekend. So let's go run down to the order then with 3.5 minutes remaining. George and Alfie, you're 1-2 at the moment on GW Motorsport Ducatis. Dylan in third, and Vinny up to fourth. Great lap that. From Vinny, 125.413. They've got Mason Roth in P5. Adam in 6th place. Joe in 7th. Charlie in 8th. Oh, off second up. Charlie, keep an eye on that time. Aaron in 9th. And Isaac rounding out the order at the moment. Oh! Up the gravel through Paddock Hill. Alfie now down through Dingledale. He goes on a bit of a slow lap at the moment. Who is where is who, and why? There we go. Right, so Adam and Mason Roth circulating together. Oh, is Adam there? Using a little bit too much of the road through the sheet. Oh, Mason Roth there clouts the curb and down he goes. A couple of riders keep it off to the right hand side. That's not put Adam off. As through Stone as he goes down towards the Clark curve. This will see Adam potentially up to P4, knocking on the door of the top 3. Down through the dip, up through Clipways and over the line. In. Oh, didn't improve on that. 125.573. Not improved. Charlie up to 4th though, on a 125.143 for the number 24 machine. Looking good, looking pretty good, to be fair. Let's put that across the board. They're all looking pretty good. As we get Dylan's in the box at the moment. Alfie's out on circuit. Who's he behind there? Is that Vinny maybe? It is indeed. Look at that. The eyes work. Fantastic. Through Graham Hill Bend. Oh, look at that. In towards 30s then for Alfie. You should get a good slipstream here down towards Hawthorne. And we've got a minute and a half remaining of this little test session for the Ducatis. And we have got a timetable different tomorrow, so stay tuned. That man, perfect, said Seamus. We have got a bit of a switch around in the order tomorrow. So it will be the Ducati Monster 1200 Cup that will be going first with qualifying. That'll be the first session out. We have got a bit of lag here. We'll try and run this to the end. I think it was just a bit of a spike. That should be alright. But yes, we've got Ducati Monster action first. Then it will be the Super Bikes. Then Super Sport will be the final qualifying session before we go racing. Then we'll have a Ducati race over 8 laps, which will be the grid. The grid will be set from Alton Park. And then we will have the first Superbike race tomorrow to end our programme. And then it's I think we've got Super Sport Sprint race and Superbike Sprint race. Then we've got the Ducatis. And then we've got Superbikes to finish off our programme. We've also got Super Sport in there as well. So you'll stop right then as a technical issue towards the end of this session. And well, it looks like a 1-2 for the GW Motorsport machines. Fair play. Good session that from those guys. And the checkered flag is now out for this Ducati session. Well, there you go, ladies and gents. Oh, dearie me. Just knocking everything off in the commentary box. So that's what you got to look forward to then in Season 2 of BSEC. And we will be keeping an eye on those times. Well, that's the order then. George, Alfie, Dylan was 3rd. Then we've got Charlie in 4th. Mason Roth in 5th. Vinny in 6th. Adam in 7th. Joe in 8th. Aaron in 9th. And Isaac rounding out the order. Oh, chaps, look at that. I think I've got a screenshot of that. Lovely stuff. Lovely work. So there we go, ladies and gents. We're only 2 days away from ending Season 1 of the SDPG Academy. I know, such sad times. I could cry myself, to be honest. It's very sad. I think there is, Mason. Give me a message, buddy. I think we have got 2 or 3 spaces left, so you might be all right there, son. You might be all right. Right, ladies and gents, that is all from us. Thank you very much again for joining me tonight. It has been fantastic to bring you Free Practice Monday coverage. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we go with qualifying and the first racing action of the weekend. It's spicing up. It is spicing up. Cannot wait to go with the first bit of racing action tomorrow. Well, we will be back at usual time tomorrow, 7:10 tomorrow night. We will be back for some more SDPG Academy action. Thank you very much to everybody for the continued support. It goes a long way. See you later, people. If I can find the right scene. We will see you tomorrow night, guys.